When dealing with a narcissistic individual, it is quite common for victims to end up mirroring the narcissist's behaviour. It's also common for psychologists, therapists to recommend certain narcissistic behaviours in order for victims to protect themselves from narcissistic individuals. The emotional manipulation and lack of empathy from a narcissist often pushes victims to resort to certain defensive tactics. However, when this happens, it's essential to understand why this occurs and how a narcissistic individual can potentially react, because they do not like you treating them how they treat you. However, the way they treat you, unfortunately, is sometimes the only language that they understand. So there's the silent treatment. Silent treatments are often used by narcissistic individuals to punish, control, or manipulate others into submission. As a victim, you might eventually begin using the silence as a way to avoid further emotional harm. However, when you use their silent treatment, a narcissist typically reacts with anger, frustration, attempts for hoovering, trying to win you back. They see your silence as a challenge to their authority and will often escalate their attempts to re-establish dominance, sometimes by guilt-tripping or provoking a reaction. Indifference. Indifference is another protective mechanism where you detach emotionally from the narcissist and stop responding to their manipulative tactics. Narcissistic individuals absolutely thrive on validation and attention, and when you show them no reaction, they feel like their control over you is slipping away. This triggers their defensive reactions. Either they'll try to provoke a response by escalating drama, or become passive aggressive, trying to undermine your indifference with guilt or shame. With a narcissist, indifference is simply because they lack the empathy to care about your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviour, what you've been doing, only if it affects them. Secretiveness. Narcissists often use secrecy as a tool to manipulate, to control, hiding their true intentions or their true actions. When a victim starts to mirror this secretiveness to protect themselves from the narcissist behaviour, such as doing everyday things as meeting up with your friends or family, knowing that if you inform the narcissist there's going to be drama, it's the victim's way of protecting themselves from that drama, creating an emotional distance in an attempt to shield themselves from the narcissist manipulation. When a narcissist is confronted with secrecy from a victim, they often react by accusing you of dishonesty or betrayal, because that's why they are secret. They attempt to break through your defences by demanding to know your personal thoughts or manipulate you into sharing information. However, with their double standards, they won't share theirs. Deflecting the blame. Narcissistic individuals are highly skilled at deflecting blame and shifting responsibility onto others. When you begin to mirror this behaviour and pass responsibility back to its rightful owner because they did something, they lied, not you, and you're passing it back onto them, they can react with rage or further manipulation. They can turn into the victim, accusing you of not taking accountability for their behaviour and using this tactic to try and regain the upper hand. Manipulation and gaslighting. When a narcissist sees you mimicking their behaviours, such as gaslighting, even though you're not actually gaslighting them. So a narcissist can promise to do something for you to get their needs met in the present. And then once their needs have been met, they can fail to do that thing for you. And when you call them out on it, they can turn around and claim, I never said that. A narcissistic individual can ask you of something. You can say no. or I'll think about it. And they'll come back to you later down the line and say, oh, you said you'd do this for me. And you can turn around and say, I never said that. Narcissistic individuals often twist situations, claiming that you're the one who is in the wrong for treating them the way that they've treated you. They go all out to further gaslight you, to confuse you, to make you question your actions, your motives, making it difficult for you to maintain your boundaries. The best way to handle is remain silent, keep that indifference. If you can, go no contact. It's working. Keep those healthy boundaries, maintain that emotional distance, use the grey rock method, seek support, go no contact. Narcissists are not interested in communication, they're interested in control.